Hi, today let me help you with Edexcel English Language Syllabus B, Section B, Directed Summary Writing question. If you are a candidate for 2018, this section carries 30 marks. If before that, it carries 35. As I said, this is a directed summary writing question, which means they will ask you to get summary points, which we call content points, from two given texts, sometimes three, and write a particular format of English, a genre of English, such as a letter, article, report, leaflet, so on and so forth, for a particular situation, particular audience, and particular purpose. Now, what to do? How to approach? First, read the question really well. Question is usually a bit longer as it gives directions, how to write, what to write, for whom to write, etc. So, first you find out what your task is. Maybe it's letter writing. What the context is, probably your younger brother is going to live in a dorm in a foreign university. You are going to advise him what to do, what not to do. And what the purpose of your writing is, the purpose is to guide your younger brother in that context. Your audience, of course your younger brother, because you're writing the letter to him. And tone and register. Okay, tone and register you can decide a bit later. Let me show you the points that I just said, written on the board. Task, context, purpose, audience, tone and register. You can note them down. I'm giving you 20 more seconds to note them down. I think you did it. So, when you know what your task is, the context is, the purpose, the audience, now you should get into the texts and find out your content points. How many content points do you find out? It's difficult to know, but this might help you a little bit. Out of your 30 marks on this answer, the mark scheme allocates 10 marks for the points and the other 20 for your writing. So, the question gives 3 bullet point areas. Your points must cover all 3 bullet points, and roughly 4 to 5 points or details for each bullet is supposed to be good enough. Now, when you are getting the points in the text, you can mark the point in the text and take it out on your script and write them down in note form. Just write the points in note form, one under another, under the other, under the other. And when you have got enough content points ready, you can go for planning. Like if it's a letter, in the body of the letter, you might have 3 different parts, 3 different paragraphs following the 3 bullet point areas. And you can number the noted points for your plan. Let me show you how you can number them. If you notice what I have shown you, the numbers of the noted points might go like this: 1, 3, 2, 4, which means when you are writing the final draft, these points will appear in your written order. Now, of course, you have to know how to write a letter. What is the layout of a letter, how it looks on the page, and the inner format. For example, of course, in a letter, you speak directly to someone, the person you are writing to, and there are other formalities. So provided you know that, in today's lecture, I want to focus on the basics of Section B summary writing answer. So, the formats in different lectures. When you are writing the final draft, you take those points out of your list, the list that you have already made, but you have a very important piece of work to do before you use that information. Probably the notes are directly copied verbatim, word to word, from the given text. But the question clearly asks you to write in your own language, which means the key expressions, the key phrases, you have to rephrase. You have to find appropriate synonym for them and use the synonyms. To practice, I'm sure you can do that. And so now you are ready to write your final draft. You are taking the points out. But yeah, I should have discussed a little bit about tone and register. What is tone and what is register? Tone is the level of formality that is appropriate for your context and audience. And register is the words and expressions that you use to create that particular tone. For example, if you are talking to your friend and you are writing a dialogue, you probably start with hi. But if the same conversation is with a university professor, you being a student, it might go like, good morning, Mr. So-and-so. Or even good morning, sir. So, when you are saying good morning, sir, that's formal register. When you are saying hi, that's informal register. So, the example that I used, which was a letter being written to your younger brother by you, your tone will be personal, intimate, and you will be talking to your brother, how are you, and all that personal stuff. So, and the register will be according to that. A senior brother, elder brother to the younger brother. This question doesn't give any word limit as such, but I think if you are writing 300 words, it's good enough a length. But what you have to focus on is what you write has to cover the bullet points, the three areas the question asks you to focus on. And after you have finished writing it, revise and see if you can improve on it, because it's a composition you have written fairly long. So when you are under the pressure of finishing it, so now as you are a bit relaxed, look back and try to improve it. So let me remind you the main points that I said about answering data summary writing question in Edexcel English syllabus B paper. Just read the question carefully and try to understand what the task is, what context the task is set in, why you are writing this, who will be reading it, who is your audience, and then finally when you write, you decide the tone and register in which to write, and then go back to the text, find out the content points on the three bullet areas given in the question, and then write your draft according to the asked format. And don't forget that you have to use your own language as far as possible. And also don't forget it's a composition, so it has a beginning, a middle and an end. Best of luck.